Good evening to you. Thank you very much for keeping it KBC Channel 1. This is Family Matters. My name is Edward Kabasa. Tonight, we are talking about something that is on the rise in the country. More Kenyans are adopting family planning. Not just children, but now they are controlling the number of children they are giving birth to. Statistics which are available also indicate that more men are undergoing vasectomy. How true is this, and what are the myths and misconceptions about family planning? That is a topic that we are going to be getting into detail tonight, because I have in studio two guests. One of them has been a nurse for a very long time, over 20 years in practice, and she is going to be giving us her take on this particular matter, considering the fact that she has an extensive knowledge on this. The other guest joining me tonight is a parent who has opted for a family planning method. I don't know whether she will tell us which one, but I'm not going to push. Thank you very much for joining us. Rose Ngahu, nursing officer, and Elishiba Githethuki. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Let's start with you, Elishiba. How many children do you have?
Okay, I have 3 children. Yeah.
All right, 3 children.
Yeah.
What ages?
The first one is age 34. The second one is age 33.
All right.
No, the first one is age 35. The second one is age 33. The third born and the last born is age 26.
All right.
Yeah.
And by the sound of things, you ended parenting a long time ago, and by that I mean giving birth to children. 3 children. Right now, you are among the Kenyans who are undergoing, and you're an active person when it comes to family planning. Without going into details in terms of what method you're using, why did you decide to adopt this?
Okay. The reason why I opted to adopt it is, for one, biblically, according to the word of God, from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3, Paul says that a husband should fulfill the desires of a wife, and likewise the wife should fulfill the desires of the husband. And so, sexual intercourse is God-given, and being God-given, it is not just about giving birth. It is about enjoying and about love. And when we are in love, we have to come across it. And you see, we are not like animals. The reason being, animals mate when they are giving birth, in need of giving birth. But when it comes to human beings, because of love, we meet. So the reason why I chose the planning is because I wanted, for one, to have a healthy family, and also to keep intact my love with my husband. For one, I know after giving birth to my firstborn, I had to give myself time so that I may be able to take my time and also to heal. Because, you know, after giving birth, women, we do pass many things, maybe it's blood, what. And so I have to eat, I have to be strong, and also I have to relax. My muscles should relax so that I may be able to await for the next one. And also, giving myself time for the family planning, it enables me to love my firstborn, take care of him, so that he or she may find that he's loved, and also the child will be healthy enough, because maybe of breastfeeding, and also there is nobody that is chasing him from the breast, because I've planned. And also to me and my husband will be able to plan of our life. Maybe when it comes to education, we'll be able to plan well.
All right.
Yeah.
How many years have you been married?
We've been married for 25 years.
All right.
Yeah.
And when you decided to start this, did you speak to your husband about it?
Yes, I did. Yeah, we had to sit, discuss about it, and he agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rose, there is so much that is being said about family planning. Yes, the people who are doing it for particular reasons. She does it for her own reasons. And there are those who look at it from a different perspective. Before we get into that, what is family planning and what methods are there?
I think family planning is getting the number of children that one wants and to space them, so that there's a time between one child and the other, so that the mother will be able to heal, as she says. The mother also be able to breastfeed the child. We are advocating on breast milk because it also helps the baby when the baby is growing up. So we have different methods, and when the clients comes to us or the parents come to us, we counsel them. We give them information of all the methods, and then they make what we call an informed choice. That is the choice from the message that you have already given her. For example, we have the oral contraceptives, or the pills. We have two types of contraceptives. We have the hormonal contraceptives and the non-hormonal contraceptives. The hormonal contraceptives are the pills. We also have the injectables. We have one for 1 month, another one for 2 months, another for 3 months. And we also have the progesterone only. You know, hormones are the chemical substances that we produce. It controls our cycle. And so the contraceptives are made up of those contraceptives which are synthetically prepared, so that they can cause imbalance, to prevent a woman from getting an unplanned pregnancy.
Right.
We also have the non-hormonal ones. The non-hormonal ones are like the intrauterine devices. We have different types, and we also have one which is hormonal. I see it as an intrauterine device, but it's hormonal. We also have condoms, and also there are also methods of family planning. We have the permanent ones. When a mother or when a couple has had enough children, they don't want any other child, they can opt to have permanent methods. These are vasectomy for men and bilateral tubal ligation for women.
Right.
Yes.
And talking of vasectomy, I read somewhere, among the many statistics that are coming out, that more men are doing vasectomy. Does it mean that time has come for men to help the women in family planning? Because for a very long time, men have been urged to use condoms and also explore on other ways that they can help lessen the burden on women.
Yes, I think so, because before the information was not very clear. They thought that vasectomy is castration. But with education, giving them more information, they have come to learn that it's only the tubes, that is the first difference, that carry the sperms, that is blocked. But everything else, the sexual activity is okay, and they have the pressure as normal, even when they have vasectomy. And it is good that over time we have been encouraging men to take part in family planning. So we're also happy that information has reached them, and they have found it to be a safer method also, because it's a simple operation. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. It's a very simple one. And so that the men now, even after they have done it, they have seen that they're okay, they continue with their marital relationships without any problems.
Elishiba, when you spoke to your husband about it, did he offer to also play his part, in, surgically speaking, or you guys agreed that it is only you who is going to undergo a procedure, whatever method that you decided to use?
Okay, what we did, I'm the one who came out with the idea, and he supported me. So I didn't ask him for vasectomy. I decided I'm the one who's supposed to do it.
Okay.
That's why.
And let's say, had he opted to do it, would you have supported him?
Okay, not really, not really.
Why?
Because I think I'm flexible. Yeah.
Do you have cases where men go out there, get the vasectomy, but they don't tell their wives?
Well, we encourage them, because this is a family decision. So we encourage them that if they make a decision, they should share with their wife, with their spouses, be it of any other method. We encourage them because they share very many other things, and even family planning, we encourage them to do so.
All right.
Yes.
And which method has more people in terms of uptake?
It depends on the regions. For example, like most of the parents in Nairobi, they opt to have the IUD, that is the intrauterine device, and also the implants, and also the period. For example, like the implants, it takes 5 years. Once you insert it, it will take for 5 years before it is removed, or with still a contraceptive, effective for contraception. But most of them, it depends on where they are. Like us, we have the clinics. Most of our clinics have been in the slums, like we have in Kibera, in Jerusalem, and also up country. Most of them, we find that they want to have to use the implants and the injectables.
Right.
Yeah.
Elishiba, is this something that you speak to your children about?
Okay, not really. I've not discussed about it with them because, you see, they can say on their own that lady, the way I've spaced them, and they are happy about it. Because even the firstborn can be able to take care of the secondborn, and also the secondborn to take care of the thirdborn. So they just say without telling them. So as they grow, as maybe the girl gets married, as the boy marries, maybe they'll make their own decision.
You want to ask them to make the same decision that you made?
Okay, in case they would ask, I will let them know. I will advise them.
All right.
Case.
Only if they ask. Only if they ask, or will you call them as a parent and talk to them about it the same way you talked to them when they were young, when they were starting to get to know what life is all about, what teenage love is all about, how to be responsible young adults? Is this something that in future you would be at peace to talk to them about without them asking?
Yes. I will be able, reason being that I will let them know that I've taken you this through. I've been able to educate. We've been able with your dad to educate you well because of the way we spaced you. At least one have been giving the other one chance to learn well. So, same to you. Time will come when you'll have your own families. It is good you space. That one comes automatically.
All right.
Yeah.
Rose, economically speaking, I know for someone like you, you have gone to school and you understand so many things. But we know very well that for a government, for example, speaking from, let's say, a political point of view, politicians would love to have a really huge population so that they have the number of votes that they need, because we have seen over the last few years, we've seen politicians coming out telling their constituents that there's going to be prize money for everyone, every parent who gives birth. How do you navigate through this?
I think the parents, they have got a right to make decisions. So what we do is when they come, most of them they come to us. Sometimes we go also for outreaches, but we give them the information. And saying that using a method of family planning does not stop somebody from getting the children. It's only that you'll be able to space, you'll be able to heal, and you'll get enough time to breastfeed that child. And this is why we have, as an organization, have many facilities where we're offering all the services. Again, we also realize that this lady who comes, not only for family plan, the other services that she can get. So we have integrated our services that when she comes for family plan, we tell her there's cervical cancer screening, there's STIs we can treat, such things. So I think this rests on the couple. Because there are two things, the politician saying it and the couple making a decision, because it's all about them. Yeah, so we give them information, and then they live with the method that they have chosen. We don't coerce them, we don't force them, but they make an informed choice of what they want to use.
And Elishiba, your family, how many sisters do you have, or how many brothers do you have?
I have 7 brothers, and 2 sisters.
And your parents, I'm assuming that they never practiced family planning. Why do you think that more parents are coming out and going towards a different direction, far from where they came from in terms of the number of children that they give birth to?
Okay, I remember when we were young, in fact, life was not like today. Food was there in plenty. Like today now, when we are in Nairobi, you are buying everything. So we cannot compare town life with upcountry life. There is a difference in that. And again, come to when we were schooling, life was easy. The school fees we used to pay was, I can call them peanut. Right now, the school fees is a little bit high. So, and life is still going on high and high. So, the reason why we are planning is that we want to give our children better education and also better necessities. But you see, during our time, we were not minding. Even if we walk barefooted, we were not minding. But come today, tell a child to go on rubber shoes to school, it's an issue. So you need to take these children well, you need to clothe them well, you need to give them good shelter and also good food.
All right.
Yeah.
Rose, there are a lot of myths and misconceptions when it comes to family planning, especially on the methods. What are some of this that you have encountered in the last 20-something plus years in your practice?
Yes, I've encountered quite a number, and one of them is that the pills, when they take the pills, the oral pills, they arrange themselves in the stomach, and then the stomach grows bigger and bigger. So that one we contracted with the correct information. I normally ask them, you eat food every now and then, like this morning you took breakfast, you eat lunch and you took dinner, and tomorrow you will, because it goes through the digestive. So that will go an extra mile to explain about the digestives, how the food is digested. Then if it is there, then you don't need to take it again. The pills have to take it one every day, so that you maintain the contraceptive effect in one's body for 21 days. So there are a lot of myths and misconceptions. And I said earlier about also the BTL, that is the tubal ligation, that when it is done, you become cold, a woman becomes cold, and so you also can't, because it's only the tubes. The tubes are just the passage for the sperm and for the ovum, but it is only that is blocked. Nothing else is touched. So the body physiology continues to be the same. So when we keep on telling, we counteract, they come with those myths and misconceptions, but our work is to counteract it with the correct information. And finally, the client will leave there satisfied and knowing that the method is good and she can take any method she wants. About the IUD also, some of them will say they will go to the head, and you see the uterus is very small. The uterus is the size of a fist. Look at a pregnant woman, that big, and it goes back to a size of the fist. You can't even feel it abdominally when she has given birth. So you tell them it's very difficult for that thing to penetrate. It is made up of very, very thick muscles. But the only thing, maybe it can come out sometimes because of there are some during the menses, they use some of the internal tampons, so they pull it out as they are pulling it out. They can also pull the threads of the IUD. So some of this, we just give them the correct information, and this is why we have many people using the contraceptives, including that IUD, once they understand. Again, it's not something that they have experienced. You see, when it's something when it starts good and then it becomes a gossip, people will be talking about it. Again, also, some of them will tell, the ones who are saying this, they are using the same method. And so we just give them the correct information. We actually counsel them when they come to the facilities. First of all, we take them through counseling, and I said they make an informed decision from what they do. In the case and the clinic is open to them. When they have a problem, they can still come back.
All right.
Yeah.
And Elishiba, you are a teacher.
Yeah.
Do you engage your students in this kind of discussions, especially the girls?
Not really.
Why?
Because they are still young for that. They are still young for that.
Because I know that the government always has an issue when it comes to this. If you are below 18 years, you are considered a child. But these children, some of them are sexually active. As teachers, you don't have a leeway to engage them in such kind of talk. I know we'll talk about what age someone is supposed to start using contraceptives, for example. But as a teacher, aren't you allowed to engage these children in such kind of talk?
Okay, concerning family planning, no. But what we usually do, we do counsel them, telling them that they should take care of themselves. They should not start sexual intercourse at that early age. They should first concentrate with their learning because they're still young for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
what we usually teach them is life skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Rose, is there an age probably that girls are supposed to be introduced to these methods?
Yes. You see, when they are below 18, they are still children, and they are under the care of their parents. But when they come, you see, they can come to us themselves, even without their parents. So when they come, we just teach them, give them information, and of what some of them are just inquisitive to know what happens, what are these methods, what has happened about them. So when they come, we give them all the information that they need, and then they can make an informed choice. But Kenyan government is about below 18, that is a child, and we should not give them contraception. But what I say, we have the youth centers now organization. We have some youth centers where the young people come, we teach them, we train them. We know our facilities throughout the country. We are in 13 counties in this country, and we have the youth centers where these young people come and they are talked to. They are given all the information that they want.
And we have seen cases where some women react to some of the methods. I understand that the methods, materials used contain copper, and some people react to copper. What happens when someone reacts to that particular method?
There are some people who are allergic even to copper. Some of them do not put on necklaces. I, for one, I don't put in necklaces. Earrings, they react to copper. But you know, our bodies has got mineral salts. So those ones who are reacting, we don't want also to give them. But there are several methods. They have got a variety. We have method mix. We can give them another method apart from the one that they are reacting to.
Okay.
But we just cancel them, and unless before we give any, if she opt to use, you will ask her, do you react to copper? Do you react to earrings? If I react to earrings, I react to necklaces, then that one is reacting to copper. So we don't give her that method that she reacts to, but we have a variety of methods. We have many method choice that they can make. You just go through them, and then she makes another informed choice.
Okay. Elishiba, I know that you talked about the economy, life getting difficult each year, but aren't you concerned that probably in future your bloodline might run out?
Not really.
If your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren practice family planning?
Not really.
Why are you that confident? And probably
because I believe no matter what, God is our creator and he blesses according to his will. And so even though we are planning, the fact remains, even if they will plan, they'll still plan and have the children that they'll be able to take care of. We don't know of tomorrow.
But it's the same God who said, it is the same God who said, go out and procreate.
Yeah, but we are procreating, but we have to take care of what we are bringing to the world, because there is no need of bringing them to the world and we are unable to take care of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this something that you encounter a lot? Probably opposition, someone saying that, I come from a culture that believes in having many children. Why are you telling me to control the number of children that I need to have?
We do, but with the economy, with the way the life is, these children need to go to school. They want to go to university, and as Elishiba said, that these children, sometimes the money is too much for them. So even themselves, they see that they need, because you want to educate these children, and so some of them will come and say, this is what they say, but I have my own life to live. This is why I say that we give them information, then they make a decision, an informed decision, because they come. Even when you go for the outreaches, we say this place where you give family planning, there we we are doing cancer screening. They have identified all of them, they are coming. But we have also integrated us, and we want to talk to them. So they are seeing even themselves, because even in our facilities, you find that there are so many people coming, even for family planning. So why do they bring themselves for family? Because they know it's good to help them. They feel that they need it. It's just like the way when you don't have salt, you go to the shop and buy salt. Yeah, so it's just like that. And this is why, if we compare to the past, we have very many clients or parents coming for those services. And even before, you see some of them were not wanting. They used to come, the husbands don't want them to use, or even the relatives, and so they were carrying the babies to the clinic. So when they come to the clinic, they go to the market, they pass through the facility, and then they are given the methods that they want. So it has taken time until they have come to accept it. And even this is why you see men even are coming also for contraception, for vasectomy. They are supporting them, and they have seen the need for family planning. Smaller families, those are able to take care of these children.
All right. Yeah. Do you have friends who are also adopting family planning?
Yes, please.
And what are their reasons? What did you guys talk about? You know, I am doing it for reason A, B, C, and D. Do they also tell you?
Yeah. For one, it's about spacing the children.
Okay.
Number two, bringing up healthy children, and also children that one will make to bring up well. One that will manage, be it in schooling, educating, and also the health, one's health. That's another issue altogether.
And we know that the parents who adopt, does it mean that if you have closed the door to biological children, does it mean that you also close the door to adopted children?
Not really.
Okay. Because if the argument is that I am doing family planning to put a cap on the number of children that I am having, then it may mean that you might not even want to adopt if we are talking economically.
Okay, you can adopt if at all you are blessed, well blessed. Maybe I can plan to have 3 children. Then on the process, when they grow up and they are mature enough, I would think of bringing up a child. I can get a child who has some family issues. Maybe the parents are unable to bring up the child. I can adopt that child and bring him or her up because I'm well up.
And what sort of opinion do you have on those parents who have decided to have as many children as they want?
It's a blessing.
Okay. And are there any legal obstacles that such programs face? Forget about the age of 18, because the government has made it clear that anyone below 18 is a child and you should not engage them in this particular matter. Are there some other obstacles legally that people like you face?
Well, you see, this is for somebody to be able to provide these services, you need to go for an extra mile. There are other courses that one has to learn. So that, and even you look at the Ministry of Health, there are so many facilities, so many clinics they have opened throughout the country that in fact you cannot, in a sub-county, you can find so many facilities because the people are trained. We normally go for updates so that to sharpen our skills. So that I don't think there are many records because those people are trained and somebody will be able to do what you're able to do. Not every nurse who can offer family planning. Not every nurse who can be able to insert the IUD, but the people who are able to do that are the ones who did. So we don't have very many legal issues concerning family planning.
And the methods, will they always remain the same or every generation will come up with its own method?
I think they remain the same because, as I said earlier, they are made up from the hormones that our bodies produce. So the hormones remain the same, they're not changing. But they are new, we keep on getting new methods in the market just to increase the method choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Elishiba, given an opportunity to go back in time, would you make a different choice? Would you say that I am not going to undergo family planning?
No, please.
Why?
Because the fact remains, I still need to bring up a good family and a healthy family.
And your parents, are they still?
They're still alive.
They're still alive.
Yeah.
What do they say about it? Do you speak to them about it?
Okay, not really, but you know, sometimes my mother used to ask me, okay, according to our custom, we usually name, after having the firstborn girl, you name on the side of the husband, the second one. So if I could have gotten another girl, I could have named her after my mom. So she used to ask me, you refuse to give birth to my name, you don't love me. And I used to tell her, Mom, during your time you were able to bring us up, despite the problem that we are undergoing, you were able. But according to the economy that is there today, there is no need of bringing up children that are not be able to bring up. So by now she's okay.
This year, the census is coming. Are experts like you going to be very disappointed in the figures that will be coming out?
You see, again, we still saying that it is their choice. You see, we don't force them. You cannot force anybody. Even the government doesn't force anybody. The facilities are there, the clinics are there, but the clients will decide to go there. So if they don't go there, it is because they have decided to do that. They have decided to live like that. Ours is only to serve them when they come to us. When they see, you see, unless you realize you have got a problem, then you go for a solution. But when you see you don't have a problem, it's a bit difficult. But we are preaching, we are telling them, because even this mother becomes so weak, and even she can die in childbirth. Yeah, she has got many, so she cannot see, so she's losing blood every time she comes. But as we said, that ours is you get the number of children you want. We want to help you space them, that you get enough time for the baby to breastfeed and the mother also to gain some strength.
And in the bulletin, a feature did run about the rise in the number of mothers who are opting to undergo cesarean section. Why do you think this is happening?
Well, cesarean section is always done with an indication. Maybe the position of the baby, maybe the mother has had a previous scar, was operated on the others, and of late we have realized a few young mothers who want to do cesarean section. They don't want to go through that pain. But usually that pain is good. It increases the bond between the mother and the child. So, but still is their only decision. See, she is the one to go into labor, she is the one to give birth. So we really have to we do a lot of education, we talk to them, but finally they opt what they want to do.
And is it a way of probably reducing or how do I put this? I know that you cannot do it so many times, the C-section. How many times are you allowed to do it?
About 4.
About 4.
Yes.
So it means that after your 4th child, you can, if you are someone who only does cesarean section, you cannot give birth again. You cannot.
You can, but it's risky. It is risky. So that's why family planning comes in, because it is risky. Sometimes uterus can rupture when a mother is pregnant. When she goes into labor, she can die or even lose her baby.
Are these consequences being put out there for these young mothers who are opting for cesarean?
We talk to them. We are talking to them, because when they come, they say we actually give them information, and also the risk of those frequent cesarean sections. For example, she got a cesarean section. She's supposed to stay for a period of about 2 years before she becomes pregnant again, because if she becomes pregnant again, the site has not healed, and she has also gained her strength. So the chances are that the uterus can give way when the baby is still growing the uterus. So we talk to them, what they need, give them a lot of information. Yeah.
Elishiba, your children, what profession are they in?
Pardon?
Your children, what do they do?
Okay, the firstborn and the thirdborn, they are accountants, and the secondborn is an electrician.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are they, what they're doing now, is it the kind of a future that you wanted for them, considering that you decided to put a cap on the number of children that you are having?
Yes.
You are happy as a mother?
Yeah, I'm very happy as a mother.
And what sort of a future would you want for your grandchildren? Because I know as a grandmother, you must be really ambitious in terms of making sure that the future of your generation is taken care of.
I would like them to bring them up well, like I've brought them, And so they should give them good education as we gave them, and also taking care of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Rose, as we wind up, have we seen cases where some women come to you and tell you that I underwent this particular procedure, but I'm pregnant?
Yes. Yes, even all the methods of contraception, there's none that is 100% effective. They have got a small failure rate. It has even been documented. So when it happens like that, and they come to us, so there's nothing much we can do. She's already become pregnant, and so we just talk to them. And then also it depends. For example, if it is a pill, she's supposed to be taking one every day. You find the one will take only one and maybe forget taking it, consistency. So that can also make her become pregnant. So most of what we do, and even before, is information. Counseling is key in every method that we give to the mothers. And even when they come to deliver, even through those night section, we still talk to them and counsel them until we make sure that at least they have all the information. And
African culture, there's that belief that more children, more wealth. I know that modernity is bringing its own idea and agenda into this, but as Africans, as Kenyans, what do we do to keep in touch with our belief that when you have more children,
this is what we are saying, that you see, when you have more children, you fill your place, your house. If you have 1 acre, then your children, you are feeding your 1 acre. It's not everybody else. So you know that that is your own responsibility. It is about you. Taking care of this child to go to school, it's about you take care of your children. And maybe these days you find even brothers and sisters not helping much because they also have their own burden and they are carrying their own. So what I kept on saying that we talk to them, we want to train them, we want to teach them, so that we keep on repeating, so that it will come to their minds, and then you will know why you need. Even some of them will come like the Somalis. They have very many children. Actually, they are the people who have got very many children. But we also still talk to them, not immediately on abusing, but also giving mother time to rest, so that she can rest before she gets another child. And so we just keep on talking to them, because we cannot force them. It is their only decision, and they have decided to do that or to live like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any last words, Elishiba? I think we have a minute or so.
Okay. Me, I'm grateful, and I would encourage people to bring up their children, the ones that will be able to bring up well and educate and feed them well and give them good shelter. So me, I've seen benefits of the family planning. So I would urge people, rather than giving birth to children and leaving them on the streets, it's good one to plan, so you may be able to bring up a family that will praise you as a parent.
All right.
Yeah.
And as we wind up, Rose, you work with family health options.
Yes, I just want to say work with Family Health Options. Kenya is an umbrella organization, but we have got very many service outlets. Okay. Like in Nairobi, I said we have one in Nairobi West. They are called Family Care Medical Centers. So we have 4 of them in Nairobi. We have one in Nakuru, Thika, Nyeri, and we offer the same services. If a client comes to Nairobi and then or goes back to Kisumu, we will get the same services. We offer the same services. And
then what sort of engagement do you have with the government? Are there programs that you run in tandem with the government?
The government, we complement the government in family planning, and also the other service like the cancer screening and all that. Again, also they give us like some of the contraceptives. Okay. We get them from the government.
All right.
Yeah.
Elishiba, Rose, thank you very much for joining us on the program tonight. We appreciate, and that does it for us for this week's edition of Family Matters. My name is Edward Kabasa. We do thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a very wonderful week ahead. Good night.